Hey, Trojan fans, just a few minutes away from the start of our broadcast, and this one a little behind schedule. Wichita Collegiate knocking off Goodland in game number 1. Ran a little long, just now getting on the field to get warmed up. We'll have the start of this one, our full pregame coverage, including interview with head coach Chris Dunlap and starting lineups. First pitch from Manhattan coming up in just a little bit. Pregame coverage starting right after this in about 5 minutes here on Girard Sports Live.
The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
And good Thursday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Toynton Family Stadium here on the campus of Kansas State University. B.J. Harris, John Rauschkolb as we settle in here for a Class 3A state tournament first-round game. The quarterfinals here as the Girard Trojans make the trek up here to Manhattan to take on the TMP-Marian Monarchs. Should be a good day for baseball. They've already got one in the books as Wichita Collegiate knocks off Goodland to advance to the semifinals. And now the Trojans and the Monarchs will take the diamond next. The Girard Trojans coming into this game 20-3 on the season. One of the great seasons in school history. Just the fourth time qualifying for the state tournament. And so looking to pick up their first ever state tournament win here today as well as they take on TMP-Marian. It comes in at 14-5 on the season. TMP playing out of Hayes, Kansas. That's where that school's located in case you're not familiar. Oddly enough, Trojans had to go through TMP en route to their first ever boys state title as they knocked off TMP back a few years ago in basketball in the semifinals. And so back in this state, Trojans have got their hit around. They've been on the diamond, and now TMP takes the field to get their warm-up. Got a great setup here in Manhattan. It should be some good baseball as we go through our pregame. Still to come, we'll talk a little bit about this game. We'll talk about these two and their matchup. We're going to hear from the head coach of the Trojans, Chris Dunlap, as well, and then we will get things started here from Manhattan. It's always good to be doing some state tournament action at this time of the year. The Trojans have a good squad and an opportunity to get a win here against TMP, and it's all coming your way in just a little bit. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crocan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocan has to offer at ckt.net. And still to come here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Community National Bank and Trust serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcmb.com. We've got afternoon Trojan baseball on a Thursday in late May. It doesn't get much better than this from a beautiful facility here in Manhattan, Kansas. We're back with more on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris and John Rauschkolb as we get ready for this quarterfinal matchup between the Girard Trojans and the TMP-Marian Monarchs. Girard Trojans advancing with a very good 8-6 win over Anderson County there in a game that got moved from Osawatomie to Paola last minute, and a game where the Trojans jumped in front early but ended up losing their lead kind of late in that game, but ended up getting a nice rally late. Picked up a two-run win and got that one over Anderson County. This tournament here featuring two teams from the CNC, Columbus in the bottom half of the bracket. There is a chance of an all-CNC championship if we get to that point. Certainly that would be really cool for those of you in Southeast Kansas and all of us Girard fans, but that's a little bit ways down the road. Just a moment ago, as I mentioned, Wichita Collegiate beating Goodland 7-1, so they advanced. That's who the Trojans would be facing in round number 2. Collegiate 20-1. Really good couple of pitchers at the top end. They brought out their ace, threw him for the first part of the first inning, and then changed him out to, I think, hold on to some of those pitch counts. Brought in their second pitcher. It was kind of close for a while, but then they got the bats going. Goodland wasn't able to really generate much offense and then ended up losing 7-1. So that's who awaits the winner of this one. The bottom side of the bracket, Bishop Ward, 21-2. Bishop Ward's a team in the past was always really traditionally very good in baseball and kind of played up a little bit more in a 4A level, 5A ranks. In fact, I remember doing a game some time ago where they played at Pittsburgh High. And so they have kind of back at it a little bit and have a pretty good team as the number 2 seed, playing Halstead. And this bracket kind of sets up a little bit east, first, west for the most part of the top part of things. And then Columbus later on this afternoon taking on Sabetha. And Columbus, one of those teams that has one of those wins over Girard in that 20-3 record. All in all, John, will bring you in here a little bit and hear your voice. You can go back over to the line and get rid of that. But it's state baseball, and first of all, this venue, these kids can't ask for a better place to play.
You know, it's an amazing venue. Again, we're sitting here, as you can kind of see in the background, we've got Bill Snyder Family Stadium, and just off to right field, the Octagon of Doom, Bramlage Coliseum. And then, again,
behind us is a soccer complex. They got construction going on here in the park. I mean, this is nuts out here.
Building a volleyball and Olympic sport training facility, and then obviously the dugouts and the turf. It's an amazing opportunity for these young men to kind of wrap up a season in a beautiful facility, kind of see what may await them at the next level. Again, a lot of good talent on both these teams, and it's definitely with a shot at playing.
Yeah, that's always one of the rewards. If you can get to a state tournament, you typically play in a nicer facility. The Trojans are very fortunate to have one of the nicest facilities, I would say, in probably all of the state of Kansas in baseball, and certainly in 3A. And used to playing in turf. That'll be maybe a factor in this. How often do these guys get to play on turf? It's obviously getting more and more prevalent across the state. But if you don't play a lot of games on it, whereas the Trojans get to, I think that might be a factor. It's probably a small factor, but it could be something that can play in how you play the ball off the turf and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, as we're watching the warm-up there, watching the kind of on the left side of the screen, the third baseman kind of having a little trouble fielding it off the bounce there. Again, the rubber pellets in the infield react a lot different than packed clay. It's a lot different atmosphere, a lot different. It just the feel is different.
Yeah.
Batting boxes. They don't have the traditional ruts that players may be looking for.
Well, we're going to find out how they adjust. If the TMP has to do that, I'm sure they've got nice facilities out there in Hayes as well, but the Trojans do, and they are going to take the field for their warm-ups in just a moment. We'll step away, take another quick break. We come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Chris Dunlap, as we continue here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Crocan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crocan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crocan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crocan.
Chronister's is Girard's hardware store. Stop by Chronister's Hardware and see why so many people are saying, I didn't know they had that. Of course, Chronister's has the hardware, tools, and supplies you need, whether in the shop, on the farm, or around the house. But did you know Chronister's Hardware is also the place for Clark and Kensington paint? Quality paint with an incredible selection of colors, plus all the tools and supplies you need to transform your paint project. From paint to pliers, you'll find it at Chronister's Hardware. And if they don't have it, they can get it. Shop local first. Chronister's Hardware, Girard's hardware store.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Welcome back to the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show here on Girard Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you. Along with me, this is the head coach of the Girard Trojan baseball team, Chris Dunlap. The Trojans get ready to kick off the 2022 3A baseball state tournament, taking on Thomas More Prep Marian. Coach, congratulations, first of all. A big win the other night against Anderson County in the regional tournaments. A team that finished second the year before in 3A. They were certainly very talented. You guys showed just a lot of heart and a lot of grit. Ultimately, what did it come down to? Allowed you guys to get that win there against AC.
Hey, first of all, thank you very much. That's you said it. The guys showed a lot of heart. I mean, they battled the whole game. They worked every at bat. They worked every guy on the mound worked. They showed a lot of resilience. We scored a couple runs early. They answered back, and when that happened, none of our guys hung their head. They knew it was time to go, and they got after it. Very proud of the way they showed up that day.
Yeah, in that game, you had some momentum early on, it felt like, and it almost seemed like things were just kind of going to cruise to victory. And then maybe, was it a let-up or just a little rally by Anderson County allowed them to get in and get the lead and then really tighten the screws on you a little bit?
It could have been a little bit of both. I think the guys, they went in confident. So when they were playing as well as they were, they may have had a little bit of let up, but at the same time, that was a very good Anderson County team. So I don't want to take anything away from them. They swing it well. The top of their order, definitely they put the ball in play and with some authority when they do it. So I wasn't surprised they went on a little rally there. I was just glad to see our guys not lay down, and they kept fighting.
It's been a very good season, 20 wins on the year. There's not a lot of Trojan baseball teams that have had 20 wins, very few, in fact. And so if you could put it in a few words as well as possible, what's led to the success right now? What does this team have that's allowed them to be able to pick up those 20 wins in what's a pretty good baseball area of Kansas and very competitive?
I think from day one, starting last year, so all these guys heard it, I just kept harping that we had to do the little things right, and wins take care of themselves when you're doing all the little things right in baseball. And I really think this group has bought in. They understand what it takes night in, night out, especially just like you said, in a tough league. The CNC's tough. So if you're doing all those things right, you're doing the little things, taking extra bases when you can, throwing strikes, doing the little things, those wins pile up for you, and that they've shown that that's true this year.
Always one of the leading factors in success on a team is some of that senior leadership. Some of those guys you've got some good athletes. Do you have the leaders, those guys in the upper class that have been able to kind of take some charge, take leadership role in this team?
Oh, absolutely. I can't say we have one leader. We have a handful of seniors that they're not necessarily vocal leaders, but they're leading by example, and they're doing all the little things. When, like today, it rained all day. We had to go get in the cage, in the cages, and our seniors were in there taking meaningful cuts and taking everything they were doing serious because they know how important this is to them and to the team. And so not necessarily vocal leaders, but very good lead by example guys for sure.
I'm always noticed too, in teams that have had some success, and obviously that's where you're at right now. You have good, talented, experienced upperclassmen, but you've got to have a few dynamic underclassmen. And boy, do you have a few of those that you can kind of sprinkle in there. And guys who are factors. Talk about some of those dudes that have contributed and been a part of this run.
Absolutely. Trevor Amershack, junior, pitcher. He threw extremely well as a sophomore, and he carried that over into this year. He's kind of been our 1A guy. He gets on that mound and does his job. He goes to work. Alex Kester, another junior, third baseman. He throws a little bit for us too. He has swung it extremely well. I think he has 5 home runs now on the year. A lot of big time clutch hits. A few other guys, Ethan Davidson and Caleb Scales and Jaden Norris, all juniors, coming through in big roles for us. A lot of guys have stepped up big time for us, and I'm glad to see that for them for sure.
Is there anything as you could kind of put your finger on it as you're going to this state tournament, and I'm sure you've done a little bit of prep looking ahead of those other teams, but even without knowing exactly what you're walking into with those teams, what's something about this team that you feel sets yourself apart, or in your years of experience kind of, well, that's different. They're a little bit different. They're a little bit bring a little something different to the table that you feel like might be the difference when you get things going there in Manhattan?
I think these guys bring an enthusiasm to they are excited to be at the baseball field. And I think that's a big thing. And then when you pair that with the team's just overall athleticism, it gets pretty fun at the ballpark because it just feeds the excitement and then the things they can do that they have proven to themselves that they can do now. They just get on a roll and they run with it, which is exciting to watch.
I can't help but think that might lead a little bit, and I know it might have a little bit of a chicken and egg situation with the investment, the focus, the contributions that have been made to that program that would allow those kids to feel like they should have some enthusiasm. Certainly the community has showed the support for it. How much has that changed just the overall atmosphere around baseball at Girard and allowed you guys to have a little success and, have some of the fastest guys in 3A playing baseball right now,
Absolutely. The community has been amazing. The district has been amazing. Everybody has gone above and beyond to get this program going the right direction. And the guys see that and they do feed off of that. And when they know community has their back and the administration and the rest of the district is excited for them, they definitely feed off that and feel a sense of that they belong. They belong with the best teams in the state.
Yeah. What do you think? That kind of goes into one of my final questions is, your alma mater, you were a standout athlete for Girard. Always super even keel. That's one of the things Chris Dunlap brings to the table, certainly is level head. So I got to believe you probably are keeping things in perspective, but you got to have a little bit of extra juices and be pretty excited about being an opportunity to be a head coach of a team that you played for going into a state tournament.
Absolutely. It is amazing to get to be out with these guys, like you said, from the school I graduated from. It's great to put these colors on every day and go play. But I tell these guys every day, everything we do is important. Nothing we do is special. So we've really tried not to hype it up to where it gets blown out of proportion to where we then go and put too much pressure on ourselves. So we've really tried to, like you said, stay level-headed and just know we got to go do some work. And if we don't show up and play, any team can win on any night. So you got to, at the base, especially baseball, you got to show up.
Yeah, Coach did a nice job and has done a nice job with this program. They did get a good one with Chris to take over and is really into it. We're getting back just in time to catch the Trojans starting lineup. They've introduced all the non-starters, and now Drake Brooks taking the field.
Number 24, Caleb Scales. Batting third, playing third base, number 12, Alex Kester. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 23, Wyatt Foley. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 25, Ethan Merrill. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 16, Trevor Amershack. Batting second, playing second, number 7, Jaden Norris. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 5, Ethan Davidson. Batting ninth, playing first, number 22, Hunter Bennett. And the head coach for the Trojans, Chris Dunlap.
There you go. There's your starting lineups for the Girard Trojans. Starting lineups brought to you by Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylists Carlos Sands, Robin Hawkins, and Eva Vietti will have you looking your very best for your next big game. Not many games bigger than this one right here. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. And earlier we took a look at our brackets. Those area matchups brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing and can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. Coaches meeting at home plate to discuss things, and they include, we mentioned a moment ago, Aaron Bright's the head coach of TMP, and you heard Coach Dunlap getting introduced a moment ago as well. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. First pitch from the 2022 Class 3A State Tournament is coming up next right here on Girard Sports Live.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Back out here, Toynton Family Stadium in Manhattan. BJ Harris, John Rauschkamp getting ready for this quarterfinal matchup between the Girard Trojans, TMP-Marian Monarchs out of Hayes. Trojans coming in at 20-3, Monarchs at 14-5. Monarchs out playing out west, and we all kind of battled through some weather, but they had a particularly rough start to the season. By April 18th, they only had 2 games in the books. They played about 16 games in 20-some days, just racking them up to try to get enough in, and may help them and come in and have a head of steam, but we will see right now. First pitch brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece, or even sign up for classes. Larrett Ceramics, 620-724-8442. Nicholas Herman, the left fielder, number 7, going to lead things off here for the Monarchs. Amershack is on the hill for the Trojans. Had a very good season, has Trevor, all season long. Very consistent. One of the guys they've leaned on. He had a nice outing in that regional championship as well. First pitch was a ball. First two were balls, and then a strike getting one here against Herman. Here's the 2-1. Strike down the middle. Trevor's got a little bit of everything. A nice big curve ball that he'll pull out when he needs to. And he can get around a batter. That time's go high with the heat. And a first batter strike for Amershack. And Herman will sit out one away here in the top of the first inning.
The shortstop, number 33, Mark Rack.
Mark Rack, the shortstop, comes up. Foul back out of play. One of the things, I've talked to a few people getting prepared for this one, the state tournament, and early in a game, we saw it with Collegiate a moment ago. There's that curveball miss outside. We saw it a moment ago where they brought in their ace, kind of got a feel for the game. I'm not sure what that plan was. I'll have to bend to ear a few Collegiate fans and see what their thoughts are on that. Brought your ace in for one inning, not even a whole full inning, and then pull him and then bring in your number 2. And so you kind of watch those pitch counts. You want Trevor to come out here in the early going in this game and be as efficient as possible, and then you want to produce some runs early on as well. Maybe take a little pressure off your pitching staff in a short turnaround of a game. Brooks over to field this one from shortstop, a little bit of wheels and late to get there. Kind of stumbled perhaps coming out of that. When he fielded it, didn't come right up and get it over there, and they will get on with a single here with Rack to get them started.
It took kind of a roundabout route to get to the ball, and
Now batting the catcher, number 3.
A little late over there. Now Jace Wentling. This is their best player. Coach not even try to hide that. He's going to Neosho County to play baseball at the next level, and just all around very good athlete. Kind of plays every position, Coach said. He can play anywhere at any time, pitches. And he'll come in here in the number 3 hole. He's the catcher in this first starting lineup. There's a 2-0, fouled out of player 1 over earlier. 1-1 count now. Little cool outside and windy up here in Manhattan. It's not the greatest weather today. That's why you really want to play well. Get to tomorrow, 80 degrees and sunny. It's going to be a nice day tomorrow. So a lot of reasons you want to get to tomorrow, but that's one of them. 1-1 the count here for Whitling. Runner on first. Good one hung up there just a hair. Little CNC connection everywhere, including behind the plate. PJ Sarwinski going to be the home plate umpire here. First team All-MIAA linebacker last year for the Gorillas, and now he's behind the plate here at a state championship tournament. Foul back. Strike 2, 2-2 the count here with 1 away in the top of the first.
That's one of those things. I was hearing the umpires introduced in pregame. I was like, again, I don't have the Southeast Kansas connection, but I recognize the Sarwinski name from spending last fall at Missouri Western. And
oh, yeah.
Got a chance to see him play. And
check swing high and ball 3, so full count here to Wentling. Really working hard as Amershack to get their number 1 player out here in the 3-hole. Caden Morgan, the pitcher, sits on deck. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Went high again. Amershack did on that one to get him to go high. So 2 straight strikeouts, fastball high, has been able to get them to swing that bat and miss. That's a good spot to get out of early. I can almost see it on the body language of Amershack just to kind of relax a little bit. To put yourself in the jam with a runner on and a full count and get him out. He'll bring up 2 outs, 1 on here in the top of the first inning, and that brings up right-handed hitter Caden Morgan. We'll look over to first and try to keep Rack honest. He got that single a moment ago on the ball hit to shortstop. First pitch low, ball 1. Don't have a lot of stats on TMP. We'll have some after this inning, maybe. Same spot. Missed it again. 2-0 the count. He's been behind a couple of times already here in this early going. Modest crowd here inside. Weather maybe keeping him throw down. A little late coming out of his hand for Merrill. Didn't come out as quickly as possible, and Mark Rack able to steal second. So now runner at second with 2 out and a 3-0 count here looking at Caden Morgan. Wind, you can see it on Amershack blowing his shirt. A 4-pitch walk after the best pitch of the game so far a moment ago to get that strikeout. And now he'll have runners at first and second coming to the plate.
Now batting the second
is
baseman,
Nick
Helget. Nick Helget.
Helget, second baseman. And that's a good pitch strike. That's where he was trying to go for those first 2 pitches to Morgan, I think, and just missed a little low. That time able to get it in on the inside part of the plate as well. So an 0-1 count. This one flared back, out of play, strike 2. One team already in the semifinals. That's Wichita Collegiate knocking off Goodland 7-1 in the first game of the day. This is just game number 2. We're a good 45 minutes or so off the schedule. So if you've got other teams you're planning to watch, there's that big arcing curve. It's stayed out there, but you can kind of see where that thing goes. It stays out pretty far out there. First ball here at this at-bat, 1-2 the count. Got him. Just caught the outside edge. Pretty generous strike call, but we'll take it. So they got 2 on, but left them hanging. No runs in the top of the first for TMP. The Trojans coming to the plate for the first time in the state tournament next on Girard Sports Live. Presented
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new Ceric Dental System, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
Here at Farmers Insurance, we want all of our students, faculty, and staff to know that we're cheering you on. This year, we would like to spotlight a student or staff member of Girard Schools as part of our weekly Girard Sports Live broadcast. If you would like to nominate any student or staff member as part of our weekly spotlight, contact our office.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back at our Toynton Family Stadium. Our Trojans coming to the plate here for the first time in this state tournament. We had 5 batters in that first top of the first inning for TMP, and left 2 on. Mark Rack reached with a single, and Caden Morgan reached with a walk, but 3 strikeouts around that allowed the Trojans to get out of the first without giving up a run, and it'll bring Drake Brooks to the plate to get things started offensively for the Trojans. Drake has had a phenomenal senior year, batting .500, 41 hits, 15 RBI, 7 doubles. Just what you want, some speed to get out of the plate in a hurry. He's got the quick burst and the ideal leadoff batter. Even where's number 1? Just to play the part. Big hack at it, and that energy of a state tournament coming out in that one swing. Strike 1. The pitcher, Caden Morgan, for TMP. Big high arcing curveball himself. That was a beauty. And it fell in there for strike 2, 0-2 to Drake Brooks. Working quickly, too, is Morgan, not wasting a ton of time and wanting to go right at him. That one low, going to miss, ball 1. Morgan, tall, lanky kid. Got that leverage. Doesn't look like he had tremendous power, but a little whip on it. 1-2 now the count. This one hit off the turf. Going to take a bounce there. They'll throw it over to first, 1 away. Getting the battle of the ball here in the first one.
I've talked about the being able to react to the turf, and again, Thomas More Prep looking like they've got a handle on it as the pitcher just waited and let it come to him and didn't overthink it and rush it. And
Caleb Scales, 289 on the season, 22 hits, 15 ribbies. Also got 5 doubles on the season. And 3 triples. He gets a hold of it and gets a little bit of running room. He can get out there and run. That's one of their outfielders. Coach says they basically have 3 center fielders playing the outfield with as much speed as they got here, and here's one of them. High ball 1, 1-1 the count. Excuse me, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Here to Caleb Scales. Junior. Only struck out 3 times. Some good at-bats here for him. Low inside. He's walked 13 times. That's one of the tops on the team. So ties for the most, second most walks on the year. And see why. That was hard to lay off of right there at 3-0 count. And it was right down the barrel. Doing the right thing here, and now 3-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning. Swing over to second. He'll field it over to first, and 2 away. So a ground out to the pitcher and a ground out to second base, but Trojans making contact, and that's one of those things. You want to get some of that out of your system, make sure you know you can hit this pitcher, and so far away. I talked to both coaches. Neither one of these coaches had a ton of information on the other teams. They're so far apart. And now coming to the plate here is Alex Kester, team leader in home runs with 5 on the season, one of the best athletes in 3A, and a guy who's had a very good junior season all the way around. He'll get things started off in the state tournament with a single to short, in between short and third, and 1 on here for Kester. Not a problem there. First pitch, getting some contact. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter. Center fielder Wyatt Foley. Batting .465. 33 hits, 23 RBIs on the year, including 6 doubles. And I said it a moment ago, but this is also one of the best athletes probably, certainly in this tournament, and probably all of 3A, maybe all of Kansas. Just super fast, next level type speed. He's planning to go on to the next level to play baseball as well. We've got some good baseball players in this 3A tournament. Wyatt Foley going to get a hold of one. It's going to be high. It's going to be shallow inside. Kester's on his horse. Wind's blowing around out there, but it will be caught. And that's how we'll end the first. We head to the top of the second inning. No score here in the first game of the state tournament on Girard Sports Live.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
There we go to the top of the second inning here in Manhattan. It'll be Girard Trojans, the first baseman, to lead things off for TMP. He'll throw a foul first pitch back out of play. No runs so far in inning number 1. Good pitch there from Amershack. That curveball coming in there to this left-handed batter. And 0-2 the count now to Photo. Here's the 0-2. Fastball high outside. 1-2. Try to go back to that curveball, left it high. And the count goes to even 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. High and inside again. That high ball's working good for him from when he goes fastball. And his 4th strikeout of this contest against 6 batters. Brings up Bryce Connor, the 3rd baseman. And first pitch ball 1. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. CNC represented good in this tournament. Columbus, the nightcap. Wish them a lot of luck. Well, that was another one just missed on that curveball. I think Trevor thought he had it. Frontenac, softball, cross town. Not really cross town. South of town. Swing and a miss high. Fastball again got him. And it'll be a 2-2 count. 32 pitches so far. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Amershack. He got a lot in his tool bag, and he knows how to use it so far. It's been pretty impressive here in the early going of this one. You'd like to keep him just as efficient.
Now up,
you start thinking about those pitch counts. I think they can go 39 in a day before they have to sit out a day. And here's a foul back. Strike 1. And he's at 34 pitches now. I think you go get this win. We'll see how Coach decides to play. That was the conversation I had with several guys about it's a tough spot to be in when you start counting those pitches in the state tournament, trying to figure out how you want to approach things. If you play for tomorrow, then tomorrow never comes. It doesn't really matter, does it? You know?
No.
But then if you don't play for tomorrow and it does come and you're not ready, then you're a problem. So far, I think things have set up pretty well as Amershack gets 3 straight Ks in the second to retire the side. We head to the bottom of the second. Trojans coming offensively. This might determine it. We'll see when we return right after this on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
The bottom of the second, the catcher, number 25, Ethan Merrill.
Ethan Merrill will come to the plate here for Girard. Start off this Second inning for them. First pitch low. Merrill on the season hitting .320. 24 hits, 22 RBIs, scored 9 runs, walked 8 times. He is one of the team leaders in strikeouts with 17. So something you'll want to guard against here in this position here to get a runner on here in the top of this, or the bottom rather, of this second inning. That's outside, ball 2. Talking with Coach Dunlap, he talks a ton about the energy these guys bring to the diamond, how much they enjoy playing baseball. They like it. They want to be here, and that's one of the things here in the 3-0 to Merrill. He'll take 4 pitches and walk, get on base. That's what you need there. You get to this point in the season, you played a lot of baseball. If you're some of these guys, you played a lot of sports, and enthusiasm can wane going into those spring championships sometimes. So if you can take your team, you should be able to get up for a state tournament without any question, but I'm just telling you, I've seen enough of it to know. And these boys are here, and they want to be here, and they want to win it. And so that's a little extra gas on the fire. Brings up Amershack, the pitcher, and as good as he's been on the hill this season, equally as impressive at the plate. 452, 33 hits, 17 RBIs. Helped his own cause a few times, 14 runs scored. Only struck out 5 times. He's got a 1-0. 5 straight balls, now 6 straight balls for Morgan.
Started off good. 7 of his first 13 pitches were strikes. Then just, again, the 6 straight balls. Finally reels it back in here.
Yep, get a strike here. So 2-1 now the count here for Amershack. 1 runner on, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Throw over to Merrill. He's got to hustle back. Merrill looking the part out there. First team all CNC running back. One of the biggest guys on the diamond right now. There's a good contact from Amershack. High, though. Maybe caught in the wind and coming over. A little bit of communication there. And left fielder will come over and grab that one as Herman charges in and calls off the center fielder. And sit down for out number 1. It brings up second baseman Jaden Norris. Norris hitting .340 on the season. 11 runs scored, had 18 hits. Merrill will sit over at first with 1 away here in the bottom of the second. First pitch, going to miss low, ball 1. Morgan's not feeling good, a little head shake as he gets the ball back, and that's not usually the best sign from your pitcher. That curveball he likes, went to it and got a strike. Davidson sitting in the hole, or on deck rather, and then Hunter Bennett in the hole here for Girard, next 3 up. There's that curveball again. Boy, it hung out there. It nearly bit back into the strike zone, and Morgan's looking for help. 2-1 to count with 1 out, 1 on. Here's a 2-1. High, ball 3. Well, it's talking to Coach Bright. He did talk about their pitching depth. Felt pretty good about for number 1 and number 2. But now he's walked 2. Both runners that are on reached with balls, and now we've got 2 on, 1 out with Davidson coming to the plate. Ethan, another one of those speedsters in the outfield. Left fielder, 344, 22 hits on the season, 9 RBIs, 64 plate appearances, or 64 at-bats rather. And now with runners on first and second, a real opportunity here for the Trojans. Davidson's going to sit back. You kind of have to in that situation with Morgan struggling to get it over the plate. And a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count. Zero 1 outside, ball 1, 1-1. Very polite crowd so far. Another ball outside and low. Merrill's on second. And Norris is on first. Both reached with walks. Here's Davidson going to foul tip this one. Strike 2, 2-2 the count. Hunter Bennett waiting his opportunity. Two and two the count, one out. That comes flying off of Morgan, and now a full count for Davidson. Tough spot to be, Davidson, with the historical data you have right there in this inning on the walks. You got to be careful here. You got to be the right pitch. Just one out. Make him work for it a little bit. Here's the 3-2. Ball 4. Bases juiced for Hunter Bennett. Hunter, 59 at-bats. He's batting .356, 21 hits, 15 RBIs. I mean, go all the way down the order. Davidson led this team in strikeouts, able to sit back off that one to get a walk. And now not only do you have, they're going to pinch run and allow Merrill to come out. And now you've got speed at every position on the field. If you can get one in play, Ethan Brooks is going to come in and run for Merrill. You just want Hunter to get one through. If you get one through, you'll score at least 2 here with this speed out on the bases. 1 out, 3 on for Hunter Bennett. Ball 1 outside. Back to the top of the order for Brooks on deck. That one's going to miss inside as well. You know, for what it's worth, Morgan's not far off. He's just a little off. Just a little on the outside, a little on the inside. His curveball's been good when he's had it.
And one of the things I've noticed is with both these pitchers, they're really struggling to deal with that crosswind. Because the wind's blowing across from first to third. Again, you saw both the pitchers' curves kind of hanging up in there.
Here's a 2-1 for Bennett. He'll hit one high. It's going to fly back out of play. That's best case scenario probably. And it'll bring up a 2-2. Pretty big opportunity early going of this state tournament right now with the Trojans with 2-2 count, 1 out. Bases loaded. Tough one to lay off there. Low again, ball 2. Or ball 3 rather, full count. Well, Hunter, when you were a kid, you think bases loaded, state tournament, full count. That's one of those moments you play in a kid in the front yard, and he's got a chance for it right here. And he sits on, he'll walk in and run. Trojans are on the board for the first time here in the state tournament. As Morgan has walked 4 out of 5 batters faced in this inning. And now we go back to the top of the order for Drake Brooks. 1 out. Still 3 on.
Shortstop, number 1.
Now a timeout.
Brooks.
Trojans making their 4th appearance in the state tournament. The other appearances, the program restarted. I was looking at some historical stuff back in 1989. So an appearance in 2002 and 2003. Those are really good baseball teams. Both won regional championships. Lost in the first round in 2002 to Wellington and 2003 to Hayden. And then returned to the state tournament in 2009. Tanner Poppy went on to have a phenomenal career at KU as a pitcher, was the ace in that team, but they lost to Hayden in the first round as well. And so Trojans historically have not been to the state tournament a ton in baseball and have not had a win yet. But now trying to get something going here in the first game of this one. Brooks going to put one over. It's going to get by. Can he get to first? Perhaps he'll get there. Nope, they got him. Might slide next time in that situation. I've seen him do that before in that regional championship. I believe he slid to get to home plate on a close one, but man, good hustle to get the RBI nonetheless as that drives in Norris.
Now batting the right fielder, number 24, Caleb Scales.
Drake Brooks with that RBI. Now 2 out and 2 on. As we go to the number 2 hitter, the right fielder, Caleb Scales. He ground out to second in his first at-bat. Now a chance here. That's one. It's going to stay fair. This should drive in 2 for the Trojans. Maybe 3. Scales is on his horse. He rounds second, and he's going to stand up on third for a triple and a 2-run triple from Caleb Scales to give the Trojans a 4-0 lead here in this second inning. Boy, he ripped that one down the first base line. It stayed fair. And now it brings up Alex Kester.
And it's kind of skipped along the turf's still a little bit wet, but skipped into the corner, and the right fielder just couldn't quite get there. Schumacher quick, but not that quick.
So Kester, who singled, going to get a hold of this one. He leads his team in home runs. It's going to be tough to hit one out today with the wind. This one's high and hangs center field and fly out. But the Trojans put 4 on the board in the second. We head to the third. Girard up by 4 here from the state tournament.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Leading off the top of the third, the right fielder.
Number 9 hitter here for TMP. Going to pop one up in the infield right out of the bat. It's got to play. Merrill going to go over. Just out of play. And Griffin Schumacher is the right fielder batting here ninth. He'll start off 0-1. I was mistaken going into that last break when the Trojans were done. The pitch count for a day is 30, not 40. And so Trevor's going to see what he can do here in game number 1. So far, so good. 1-1 now, the count to Schumacher. So far here in the first 2 innings, a single, a walk, and 6 strikeouts for Amershack. Foul back, strike 2. Big play of the game so far. A 2-run triple by Caleb Scales. Good pitch there by Amershack, light him up. That curveball catching out and sliding back in there just left him stunned, and Schumacher strikes out. Strikeout number 7.
Now up the left fielder, number 7, Nicholas Herman.
Back to the top of the order for TMP. Check, find a little bit of a groove. There's a strike 1. 1 out, nobody on. A 1 count here for Herman. Second one a little high. 1-1. Everyone foul back out of play again. One and 2 the count here for Herman. Another beauty. That is a nifty little curve. And if Herman had a chance, he'd have swung twice. It'll be the 8th K.
The shortstop.
Now up, it'll bring Mark back. He's the one guy who's got a hit in this game. He had a single to shortstop, and I don't know if they scored that hit. And reached for them. And that one caught the outside edge, just working all over. If you're a batter right now, seeing him for the second time, you have no clue which pitch is coming. That's another beautiful curveball from Amershack. 1-1 the count. 1-2 the count, rather. Yep.
I like to talk about I think Trevor's figured out the wind.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2. This one popped up. Should be playable. Working over. Bennett makes that catch in foul territory. Retires aside. 3 up, 3 down once again. And the Trojans head to the 4th inning. with a 4-run lead when we return on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live, presented by Crocan.
Is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. For years, our customers have worked with the Farmers Bank staff located in Walnut, St. Paul, and Hepler. Now, with our new location in Girard, the community can experience the same service that has kept families coming back to Farmers Bank for generations. Stop by and visit our friendly staff at Farmers Bank at any of our locations in Walnut, St. Paul, Hepler, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Part of the order coming up, 4-5-6 for the Trojans is Wyatt Foley will lead off for Girard in the bottom of this third inning. Again, hitting .465 of the year. He flew out, had a fly out to right field in his first at bat. Wyatt, some of that different kind of speed. One of those guys that if I had to foot race in 100, I'd have to start at like the 70-yard mark maybe. So he'd run 100 while I'd run 30. That'd probably still be close. Yeah. I wish that wasn't a joke, but that probably is accurate. And I might be overstating my own speed, which has never been done. I've never overstated. There's another strike there from Foley.
In fairness, he does have 30 years on you, so.
Frankly, to say speed in my name at all is overstating my speed. There's another good hit into the gap between third and short. Foley will reach first. And a leadoff single for the Trojans to start this third inning. Girard scoring 4 in the second. Had a walk. They had loaded the bases with walks. And then an RBI walk. Actually, the RBI walk loaded the bases. And then a ground out RBI by Drake Brooks, and then a 2-run triple by Caleb Scales, and Foley getting pretty far out there, closer than you'd like it to have been right there. Ethan Merrill come to the plate. He walked in his first bat. In fact, Ethan got the second, started with that walk that led to. He was technically one of those runs, although he was pinch ran for by Ethan Brooks. And this was going to miss outside, ball 1. Cade Morgan back out there on the hill for TMP. Pretty rough second inning with 4 walks. Back over to Foley real late, getting back over there. Making me nervous. Even Coach Dunlap turned around, I think, with a little bit of a grin on his face. They were playing with fire. Don't want to lose that lead runner when he's got speed. Here's Merrill. That one's going to hang up. Nope, going to get a strike. Just catch the outside edge. Welcome relief for Morgan, who's had a few just miss. They're going to try to keep Foley close. There's that curve again going over the head of Merrill. Makes the count 2-1. 2-1 to count. No outs, 1 on here in the bottom of the third inning for the Girard Trojans, who lead 4-0 in the Class 3A state tournament first round, quarterfinals. Oh, he got him.
Yep.
Messing around over there. And it was close a couple of times. And that time, Foley just did not get a very good jump back to the bag. In fact, it might have peeled out just a hair. And not one, if you were tied right now, you'd really feel bad about that lead run. Merrill now got to go back to work here. He'll miss outside. Foley be standing on second right now.
Especially, with that wild pitch there as a follow-up. That's
hopefully that doesn't come back, and it's early in the game. Probably shouldn't, but we will see. 3-1. Tough one for Merrill to lay off of. 3-2. So he needs to give Morgan a tighter. Might be running a size 6 3/4. He might need a 6.5 or something. I don't know. 7 3/4. Merrill going up high, took the bait, and Things went south in a hurry for the Trojans after that started off so promising. That brings up Amershack. So, of course, pitching a good game. And a fly out in his first at-bat. This one inside ball 1. Five pitches for Morgan. This one, good hit. Going to hang up again. Shallow left center field. And 3 up, 3 down for the Trojans. Little momentum loss perhaps in that third. Amershack go back to work, start the top of the 4th. When we return, he'll face Wentling, Morgan, and Heglett, the heart of the order for TMP when we return on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Head to the top of the 4th inning here from Toynton Family Stadium in Manhattan, Kansas. Kansas State B.J. Harris, John Rauschkolb here from Manhattan. Sorry, bud.
Hey.
And I'm sure you've had your name butchered more than a few times.
More than a couple.
And the Trojans with a 4-run lead here as we start the top of the 4th inning. It does go to the heart of their order, and Jace Wentling, the catcher, the pitcher, Caden Morgan, and second baseman Nick Helgett. Each of those guys in the first at-bats, Wentling struck out, Morgan walked, and Helgett struck out as well. Here's Wentling. First pitch, strike on the inside part of the plate, strike 1.
It's always fun when I get telemarketer calls and they say, "Can I speak to Mr. John?"
Wouldn't you rather just say, "Can I speak to him?" And then they just bail? They're like, "Never mind."
Yep.
That's the best case scenario.
Curveball hangs up and evens count 1-1.
Yep, just missed that one. It'll 1-1 here for Wentling. Again, Wentling, that guy that's getting ready to move down to our neck of the woods in southeast Kansas, go to Neosho County, and one of the premier junior college programs in the country for baseball. Foul back, strike 2. They've turned out some dudes. They've got some guys in the majors too right now that are contributors, big time. They've turned out plenty of players. A few Trojans have ended up over there as well over the years. Here's the 2-2 to Wentling. Just missed inside. That's worked for Amershack a few times today. That was just a little off. Counts full. Went right at him. Got him to pop up. Sun's starting to poke out a little bit. Merrill had to work on that one a little bit, but he will be able to play it. And Wentling flies out, popped out.
Now batting the pitcher.
That sun's just starting to come out. And if you're a kid, you probably hadn't paid attention to it. Just started to, and you had to notice it when Amershack looked up. He's like, "Oh, there's the sun. I haven't seen that all day." This one's going to fly back. Got to get over there. It's going to find a gap. Foley fields it, able to hold him on second. And so Morgan trying to help his own cause. He's reached both times. A single to left center, but you see the coverage spot. Against a lot of teams, that's a pretty good double perhaps, but he's able to hold up there and able to get over and close that gap. And it'll bring up the number 5 hitter, the second baseman, Nick Helgett. He struck out in his first at-bat. 1 out, 1 on in the top of the 4th inning for TMP-Marian. Morgan gets a pinch runner.
Now up to bat, the second baseman, number 21, Nick Helgett.
Or courtesy runner, I should say. There's one popped up. This should be playable. Going to go over to second, no first, as Bennett calls him off. And easy play for Bennett. 2 away.
Hey, one of those things kind of trying to speed the game up a little bit, played at the high school NAIA levels. Pitcher and catcher able to get the courtesy runners.
I like it. First pitch ball outside and high. Anything this particular sport can do to play faster, especially at the professional level, I'm all for it. I got about attention span to get through about 3.5 innings of professional baseball, and I got to go find something else to do.
The only time I can manage that is when I'm at the ballpark.
At the ballpark with what? Some kind of
with a beverage and
a gift card to buy $14 beverages, or $25 beverage.
You get lucky and have a sponsor take you. And
2-1 the count. Here for the number 6 hitter, Garrett Photo. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 2-2. 2 outs, 1 on. Pinch runner, courtesy run over there for Morgan, who reached on a single. Photo struck out in his first at-bat back in the second inning to lead off the second inning. This one flared into foul territory. Tracking, hustling. Good effort by Kester. And Alex mostly just want to make sure you don't get hurt on that situation. You have to walk that one off. Alex Kester, been a part of a 10-1 football team as a starter. He's a starter on a state qualifying basketball team. And now he's a starting third baseman, and he's got a hit in the state tournament for the Girard Trojans. That's a pretty good season.
That's a darn fine year.
It's a pretty good year. This Girard team right now probably having one of the, if not the best season, this group of kids that any team's had with success and winning with 10 wins in football. And again, as I mentioned, not far away from it. There's a strike. They get out of here on Photo. Another strikeout for Amershack to end the fourth. We head to the bottom, or in the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Trojans trying to get a few more runs. They lead by 4 when we return on Girard Sports Live.
Westridge is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Westridge is a retirement community with a philosophy of providing seniors with an alternative lifestyle. This lifestyle enhances the retirement years by offering a worry-free, stress-free environment. Their professional staff is there to assist if needed, while active seniors are encouraged to enjoy their daily lives. Westridge is now hiring. To learn more about their open positions, call 620-724-6760. That's 620-724-6760. Go Trojans from Westridge Assisted Living.
The difference between gambling and having a gambling problem is worth knowing. Learn about the warning signs that you or someone you care about could be at risk. If you struggle with a gambling problem, or if you are impacted by a loved one struggling with a gambling problem, please get help. You can get confidential, no out-of-pocket cost assistance by calling the Kansas Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-1.
First pitch ball outside for Jaden Norris, who leads off the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Norris, Davidson, Bennett for the Trojans. All three walked in their first at-bats. New pitcher for Morgan's still out there, for TMP. And Morgan settled down a little bit. That third inning, No, second inning.
Yeah, the second inning.
No, it was the third inning. He walked all those in that. No, it was the second inning. He walked all those in the second inning. That was a rough one, but he's settled in since then. Now he has 3 straight walks as I'm saying all that. Or 3 straight balls as I'm saying all that right now. And that sun is starting to peek out. We'll see if that plays a factor. It's basically everywhere. There's clouds that burn off. I think that's the end of that rain and stuff we're supposed to see this morning. Got him to strike on that outside edge. Full count. Oh, tough one there for Morgan as Norris will reach with his second walk of the ball game. And now 1 on and nobody out. Good way to get the first part of this fourth inning started.
Fielder, number 5, Ethan Davidson.
Brings up Davidson. He also walked and had to work for it. He walked on a full count as well. Now looking to bunt. He's going to take one on the elbow. And nope, they're not going to give him that one. Tried. Coach going to come over and try to figured out. They're maybe going to say leaned into it because of the bunt attempt. And
on the board is a strike, so
all players looking for coach, see what the call is, what we want to do here in this situation. 1 strike, 0-1 the count, nobody out. And Norris sits on first base. Now Davidson will step in. There's the 0-1. Nope, go back over there. Also back. Did get one. That's kind of started a little bit of a little bit of a lull here with Foley getting picked off in that 3rd inning. Kind of stopped that potential in that inning, and now try to re-rack it here in the 4th. Davidson showing bunt once again. 1-1 the count. That one misses outside. There's the 1-1. Missed outside again. 2-1. And Wichita Collegiate won the first game of the day. They had an 11 o'clock start with Goodland. Goodland left 4 days ago to get here in time, and they and Collegiate took care of business there 7-1 as Davidson will reach on his 2nd consecutive walk as well. Haven't had a chance. Morgan has kind of maybe left a few opportunities here. The bottom of the order, oftentimes, where although Girard's in a good spot because they've got guys kind of up and down the line that not really a weak spot or anybody you want to hide. You're trying to get everybody to get in there. I think everybody can produce runs, and so throw up that halftime graphic while they do this and discuss it. Not a traditional sport, but we'll try to get in some of our sponsors. We do. Our halftime show. Halftimes are brought to you by and have been all season long. And give me opportunity to say thank you to all of our sponsors. This will be, our last, hopefully, 3 broadcasts of the year on Girard Sports Live. Girard is just an incredible supporter and have allowed us to grow this business and add several more schools, and it's all because of the support we got initially from the community of Girard. So I do appreciate the support, and it's just been mind-boggling, quite frankly, to me. Halftime show brought to you by GM Bank, where they're providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs turn to GM Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Hunter Bennett coming to the plate. He walked with an RBI and walked in a run a moment ago in that other inning. Now he'll try to score up a bunt as well in that 2nd inning, but showing bunt, trying to move some runners over. Girard's can play some small ball. They want to play it the right way. Chris Dunlap has been around the game for a little while and knows the little ins and outs. And this is a position when trying to move some runs over and get some guys in scoring position with the top of your order coming up. And Bennett now looking at it, and a pitcher who's struggled early in the game. That usually doesn't get better.
No.
Although he has kind of steadied the tide just a little bit, but they gave him a strike on that. Ball 2. 2-1 the count.
So great work by Wentling corralling that and keeping the base runners at 1st and 2nd.
That one missed inside, ball 3. 2 on, nobody out for Hunter Bennett, and a 3-0-3-1 count. And now it's going to miss. He'll walk. The bases loaded again for Drake Brooks. Another excellent opportunity at this point in the game. Here comes Coach and Morgan. Possibly coming out of the game, and he will. So he had a pitching change in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody out and runners everywhere when we return on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse to patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. For years, our customers have worked with the Farmers Bank staff located in Walnut, St. Paul, and Hepler. Now, with our new location in Girard, the community can experience the same service that has kept families coming back to Farmers Bank for generations. Stop by and visit our friendly staff at Farmers Bank at any of our locations in Walnut, St. Paul, Hepler, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770.
Nicholas Herman coming in to pitch for TMP. Left-hander, left fielder moves in here to the hill, and Morgan moved to left field. Drake Brooks going to come to the plate again. Guy hitting .500 on the season, 15 RBIs, and he's got runners at first, second, and third. Bases loaded here for Brooks. A little change-up for Herman, but he's going to miss ball low, 1-0. Chance to blow this one open here for the Girard Trojans. Brooks going to roll this one back. That's going to have a chance. And that will get the out at home. Heads up play there by Wentling to go get that one and hustle back to get the lead runner out in Norris. And one away now. Bases stay loaded, though, as we go back to Caleb Scales. Scales with the play of the game so far. The triple, and drove in 2 runs, 2 of the 4 that are on the board from him in that second inning. And first pitch ball inside. Brooks getting that little dribbler, fielder's choice, and end up staying at home to keep that run off the board. 1-0 here for Scales. Scales, that hit, I mean, you put it in perspective, too, with the situation early in the state tournament and runners loaded, and only had 1 out in that situation, but, man, he came through, and now another excellent opportunity here. But showing a lot of patience. Now you're sitting on this one to come up with your leader in home runs. Alex Kester is sitting on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he'll take that and walk. Brings up Kester a single in his first at bat and a fly out to center in the 3rd, or to end that 2nd inning rather. Bases loaded, 1 out here for Kester. Oh boy, how he didn't swing at that one. 4 pitches, 4 straight balls is hard to go out there, but that one was thrown right down Broadway. Right down Summit, if you will. This one flared out. Go to second, try to get 2. Kester runs that one out. Good effort by Alex just to keep this inning alive, because that was going to be close, but hit over to second. And now 2 away here in the 4th. Wyatt Foley, the 4-hitter. Fly out to right field, a single, but then was caught trying to get a little too far off first base, trying to steal a bag, and that they went over there a couple of times. It was just a couple real close for comfort, and then that 3rd time was too close for comfort. And now a chance to redeem himself here with runners on the corners now. Wyatt Foley with 2 outs. This one going to be hit. Shallow right field. Wind pushing across there, and he'll fly out, and that's the end of the fourth inning. Trojans strand 2 in the fourth. We head to the fifth. Girard up 4 runs from the 22-22 3A state tournament in Manhattan.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Back out here to Toynton Family Stadium. B.J. Harris, John Rauschkolb, as it is Bryce Connor, then Mendrup and Schumacher, the 79 coming to the plate here for the Monarchs. As we start off the fifth inning, 5-0. I had said 4-0. It's 5-0. No, 6.
6-0.
6-0. They did score those 2 runs in that.
It looks like the scoreboard operator having a little bit of trouble is.
Yeah, because we also Amershack's well past 9 pitches. So switch it over. That's all right. The good part is the good guys have the score on the very top. There's a good curveball in again for Amershack. 0-2 the count here too. Bryce Connor, who struck out in his first at bat. It's his second time to the plate here. What? 2-2 now the count. This one late, very late, decided to swing on that one, checked it and fouled back. It would have been a ball most likely, but it'll be recorded as nothing here as a foul back, and now 2-2 remains the count. Leadoff hitter of the fifth inning for TMP. There's that. Got him to go a little early, able to make contact, keep it alive. So 2-2 remains the count. There's a strike. He went to that Old Faithful. He's had that fastball high and away that's worked for him pretty well here today. And Amershack pitching with tremendous confidence right now.
Fielder, number 10, Joey
efficient. And when you're confident in, again, the tools in your bag, it just allows you to get up there and do what you do. And so far, he's done a really good job for the Trojans. Got to keep it together here down the stretch, but put together a nice game. Pitch counts at 70. 1-0. This one fouled back out of play. Strike 1-1 the count. Well, I lied about the sun. Well, it's not like I had some kind of weather app up, and I probably could have easily, but I was guessing by my intuition, whatever that's worth. There's that curveball. This one's going to stay low, though, miss it. He hasn't missed it very many times. 2-1 now the count.
It's trying to peek out. It's kind of hiding back in the clouds again. And
that's all right. 2-1. Low again. You start thinking about your pitching again. You know, we thought maybe early on, how do you do that? Now Amershack's worked well into this game. You'd love him to finish it. If that is the case, you don't have to really worry about the rest of your pitching, but that's going to be his second walk of the game. Walked Morgan back in the first inning, and then now his second here in the fifth. And again, a guy who doesn't have a lot of walks this season. He's only given up 3 coming into this tournament. That's just his 4th walk of the year. This one popped up, shallow left field, charge again, no going out. Now it's Brooks to get that one in shortstop, and that will send us back to the top of the order as Shoemaker strikes out. We go back up to Nicholas Herman, who's now the pitcher.
Nicholas Herman.
Strikeout in the first, strikeout in the third for Herman. First pitch, high inside, ball one. 6-0 here in the fifth inning of the state tournament. Trojans trying to get out of this fifth, go to the bottom of the fifth, do some more damage. Strike inside, caught it with 1-1. There's a strike. One and two the count for Herman. There's that curveball. Herman was confident that was going to hit him. So was I.
A bit fortunate that it didn't, because again, the new rule have to make an effort to get out of the way. And
foul back out of play. 2-2 saves the count. 2 outs, 1 on. Here in the fifth. Here's the 2-2. Just missed. Merrill able to knock that one down to keep that runner at first. Full count. Amershack trying to get out of the fifth here. That one hit over to Brooks. He'll be able to go over it. Range over to second. And that'll end the fifth inning. Into the top of the fifth. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Trojans up by 6. Coming to the plate. Merrill to lead him off for Girard when we return on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Hey, Mama. Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Ethan Merrill come to the plate here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Girard Trojans leading by 6 here over TMP-Marian. Quarterfinals, opening round of the 3A state tournament here for Manhattan. Merrill, a walk and a strikeout in this one. And big hack at that one that hung outside. Nick Herman came into pitch in the fifth inning, fourth inning rather. Remains out there now. Merrill going to hit this one over back into that gap. Long play for shortstop. It makes the play. Good job by Mark Rack to get Merrill out. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Trevor Amershack. Fly out in his first 2 at-bats.
Next up, the pitcher, number 16, Trevor Amershack.
Strike one. Trojans have been taking that first pitch strike, and they were well to do so. And against Morgan, who was having a hard time finding his spots, it seems to me Herman's a little more efficient here, and you might want to start swinging that first one like that. And that was the second pitch, I guess. Merrill out in the first, and now Amershack will be out at first. Pair of ground outs here by Herman to get him to go. Now Norris, he's got walks. 7, 8, 9 here have walked. All three of them have walked each at bat. Norris paired to his name as well. There's that first pitch strike, and it's coming right down the barrel too. At some point, somebody wants to turn on one. That'd probably be a good opportunity to do so. He got a little cushion. It might be a time to take a chance. Here's the 0-1. That's going to get him good. Did I hit him? He must have got out of the way. He's too good at getting out of the way, maybe. That one. Slow roller. Charging in is Rack, and he'll get it. So 3 up, 3 down. Trojans, 3 ground outs. We head to the top of the 6th inning. And we head to the heart of the order, the top of the order, with Herman, Rack, and Whitling to lead things off for the Monarchs. We'll return here to Manhattan on Girard Sports Line.
Chronisters is Girard's hardware store. Stop by Chronisters Hardware and see why so many people are saying, I didn't know they had that. Of course, Chronisters has the hardware, tools, and supplies you need, whether in the shop, on the farm, or around the house. But did you know Chronisters Hardware is also the place for Clark and Kensington paint? Quality paint with an incredible selection of colors, plus all the tools and supplies you need to transform your paint project. From paint to pliers, you'll find it at Chronisters Hardware. And if they don't have it, they can get it. Shop local first. Chronisters Hardware, Girard's hardware store.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go!
Leading off the top
Here we go to the top of the 6th inning.
Number 33, Mark Rack.
Rack actually leads things off here for TMP. Rack with a single and a fly out. He'll fly up here, charging in again, but he'll be infield. Over to Norris, who'll make the catch. 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning.
Now
So that'll bring up Chase Whitling.
Whitling.
Whitling, strikeout and a fly out here to the catcher. His last at bat. This will flare it up. That's going to be a tough spot to get. Ranging is Foley. He'll make the catch. That's some distance right there.
That's good hustle.
He wasn't really thinking he needed to run until right there at the end. So able to get over there and make that catch. Both players did. Davidson made it over as well. And so I thought that had a chance to fall, and I was mistaken. It'll bring up Caden Morgan. Flip that out there.
It's a good recognition by Davidson to see that Foley had the better line on it to kind of back off. Let it make that play.
Curveball hung just a hair out inside, rather. Ball 1-1 the count. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the 6th inning. Amershack still working. Fastball hard. Foul ball. It's going to have a chance over just out. Good effort. By Hunter Bennett, but able to just get outside. 1-2 now the count. Ball high, 2-2.
So that outfield play is a sign of a team that's really in sync with each other. Watched a college game earlier this year. Play hit the exact same spot as we.
Davidson going over this time, and he'll make the play. So a couple of opportunities for the Monarchs. Got it into the outfield, but another quick inning by Amershack. The defense doing their part. And back to the bottom of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Trojans at bat next when we return on Girard Sports Line.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Back out here, Toyton Family Stadium in Manhattan. DJ Harris, John Roush call. Ethan Davidson coming to the plate for Girard.
Yeah, you're talking about that story, the outfield play in left and center, great communication. Watched a couple of college games earlier this year, and Rockhurst was a team that was struggling with that chemistry. There's a lot of struggle on the year, a lot of kind of selfishness, and saw left fielder and center fielder come charge at it. Charging hard at it, and the center fielder ran into the left fielder and robbed an easy out.
Yeah, that's dangerous, too, is what could happen. Davidson, big hack at one here in the first pitch. Yeah, the chemistry, and again, I think that goes back to what we talked to Coach Dunlap about, was just they like being around each other, they like playing, and they enjoy the game. And when you enjoy what you're doing, it makes you better at all the other things, especially those little things like communication. We've seen it, too, on some infield plays and the outfield charging in on one that's probably going to be infield, but they're there for support. And so pretty good fundamental baseball. Here's a little dribbler down the left field line, but it's going to stay foul. And a good lesson, too, if you caught our pregame and listened to Coach Dunlap talk about, what did he say? Nothing we do is special, but everything we do is important. It's a pretty good quote, and one that it talks about doing the little stuff. Just do the things you can do, control the things you can control, and oftentimes everything else falls into place. And that's life in general, but also athletics, certainly this particular sport. 2-2 the count here for Davidson, trying to lead this thing off. He'll get one, try to go opposite, and out of play. Good at bat all the way for Ethan. Herman anxiously awaiting him to step into the box and go to work. 2-2. Davidson, this one will go over to third base. Throwing over. And there's speed right there. Had no business. And I don't know, this is a little bit of prep, I think, from TMP, not really knowing whether or not who these guys are and how fast they are. Your prep would have told you that guy's fast. If he hits a ball to third base, you better be going. And that third baseman was not. He thought it was a routine grounder and took his time just a little bit. And Ethan said, nope, I'm going to run this one out. Nice job. Runner on here in the top of the sixth with nobody out. And Hunter Bennett standing in there. Ball inside 1-0. And they called a balk. Didn't matter. It's a hit. So just took a hit off the board. Bennett kind of grinning because the balk got called on Herman, which advances the runner, but takes the runner and another runner off, one runner off the board probably, but that's the rules. So Davidson will move to second in scoring position. Bennett re-racking it here. 1-0 the count. Good hit, nonetheless. Ball outside. No, strike. Caught that outside edge. Pretty generous there. Good hit there. Going to flare it out, though, to right. Davidson should be able to tag up and get over to third. And he will. So Davidson, with that balk, move to second. Now able to use that sack to move a runner over. Go back to the top of the order. For Drake Brooks. Brooks, a ground out. Back to the pitcher to lead the game off. This outside ball one. Then he had a ground out but knocked in a run. So he's got an RBI here and then a fly out here to home plate in his third at-bat. This one popped up out of play. 1-1 the count here for Drake Brooks. Bottom of the sixth inning, 6-0 your score. Trojans in front here in this state tournament. There's one hit back. Davidson going to go home. And it came out of his hand. He scored a run. Davidson gets a little lucky. He thought he was out. He was confident he was out when he came through there, but the ball popped out, and he scores a run. 7-0 now your score. And Brooks will reach first on that fielder's choice.
Fielder, number 24, Caleb Scales.
Scales will come to the plate. And first pitch outside. Scales with our hit of the game, brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If your car takes a hit like he did in that second inning that drove in 2 runs, you need to take it to Bob Bradshaw, offering refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Second pitch just catching the outside edge. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. His run, his hit in that second, a triple that scored 2 runs. Really got things started. He's got another one on cue. Caleb Scales putting together a very good game here in game number 1. He'll move Brooks over to second. And back-to-back hits by the Trojans. Brings up Alex Kester.
Now up the third
Single.
baseman, number 12, Alex
Fly out.
Kester.
And a fielder's choice to second in the 4th. And now here he is in the 6th with 2 runners on and 1 out. Good spot for your team leader in home runs with 5 on the season. Oh, that looked like it was going to have a good one. I thought he might tag that one. It just missed it. Good hard swing. Maybe a hair ahead of it. 1-1 now, the count for Kester. That one's a little slow going. Runners will move. Kester going to try to run out another one. He pulled his foot off the bag. That play was just a little, and taking advantage of a mistake there by TMP. His photo had to come off the bag to catch that one. He needed to, because if he doesn't, that's going to score at least 1 with Brooks rounding third. Now here the Trojans are, I think, was it 10-run rule?
10-run, yeah. This could be a game ender here.
And Foley, who's their cleanup hitter, not necessarily had his best game offensively. He's certainly been there defensively, and he'd love to get a shot right now. 1-0 the count. This one going over to third. Knocked down, mishandled. That'll score a run, an error. Foley can't believe it. And TMP falling apart just a little bit here as they're playing like a team with their fate sealed.
Now batting the catcher, number 25, Ethan Merrill.
That'll bring up Ethan Merrill. Merrill will walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. First pitch, inside ball 1. 8-0. Girard Trojans trying to advance to the second round. The win here against TMP-Marian. There's Merrill. He might do it right here. Might find the gap. Over they go. They'll make the play. Tag up. They don't. Decide not to tag up and go. But a fly out will hold everything steady as it is for Merrill, which will bring out Trevor Amershack. How fitting would it be if Amershack could end this game right here after what he's done on the hill? First pitch, curveball, miss inside. Ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Up by 8. Here's a 1-0. Missed outside, ball 2. Wichita Collegiate waits the winner. 7-1 winners over Goodland earlier today. Amershack, pop up left field, and charging is the left fielder. Everybody's running, and that's going to be a fly out. So we'll have another one. We head to the top of the 7th. Trojans with an 8-run lead. Got to hold on for one more. We'll see if they do it when we return on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Back out here at Toynton Family Stadium in Manhattan, B.J. Harris and John Roush called from this 3A state tournament. Girard Trojans trying to pick up the win here in game number 1. Trevor Amershack going to work. He has put in a gem so far. You'd love to see him get through it at 92 pitches. He's got about 10 or so to give. This one miss inside. Ball 1-1 the count. What's his counts and all that good stuff up to? Would you have strikeouts? He's been pretty efficient. Maybe more walks or more balls here in the last couple of innings, but this one fouled away. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. Nick Helgett leading things off for TMP. Brooks over. From short to first, one away. Trojans 2 outs away from advancing. That'll bring up Garrett Photo.
Now batting the first baseman, number 2, Garrett Photo.
This one foul back out of play. A little slow roller down first base. No foul. 0-2 the count here to Photo. 1 out in the top of this 7th inning. There's the 0-2. Nice job by Merrill trying to hold that one in there and get Sarwinski to give it to him, and they're behind the plate. Missed just inside. Amershack going right back to work. There's a foul back. Keeping it alive is Photo. Amershack Jr. And this is some tremendous experience that he's getting here with a year of high school left to go, to come in here and go to work like he has so far. And again, you just wanted to finish it. This one coming right down at him. Able to get out of it, and he'll give up a hit. Photo, first hit of the game, he had struck out twice. That is just the 3rd hit of the game, I believe. Yep, by my count.
The third baseman, number 15, Bryce Connor.
Bringing a courtesy runner.
The courtesy runner for Thomas More Prep, number 17, Austin Gilbert.
So 1 on with 1 out. And that'll bring up Bryce Connor, the 3rd baseman. Strikeout in the 2nd, strikeout in the 5th. And the first pitch, ball outside. Next game after this one, the 3:30 game has Bishop Warden Halstead, and then nightcap is Columbus and Sabetha. This one driven back at Foley, right to him, barely had to move, and 2 away. Hear that energy coming up from the Trojan faithful that have made the trip up here, and I know a lot of you at home watching as well. Edge of your seat waiting for this one. 2 outs, 1 on. Top of the 7th inning. Trojans up by 8 runs, trying to get this one and get to the second round. Day 2. First one flared. Out of play. Strike 1. Amershack at pitch 102. The drama here might be the pitch count, but now he started this batter. You just want to get him. You have to have him going and get this batter and call it. Missed outside. Throw down to first. Merrill trying to end it right now. Enough of that.
So 104 on the pitch. Yeah, they're a little slow on updating the pitch count.
Well, once they start with a batter, they can finish with that batter.
Correct.
So he's going. Here's over to third. Trying to get there is Kester. And
just off the tip of his glove.
This is a shame. The Amershack is going to miss a complete game by 1 batter, most likely. Trojans will bring one out, and Amershack, don't take a single thing away from him. Dude just put in one of the nice performances I've seen in a state tournament from the Hill, and he's disappointed a little bit that he didn't get to finish this one, but who's the first one to meet him? Jeff Leslie to go tell him, you did it. You did your part. So now the Trojans, to try to close this thing out, they have only 1 on and 2 out here in this 7th inning. Rock Scale's going to come in for Girard. Find Brock's pitching stats, and I haven't misplaced them somewhere in my quagmire of paperwork.
So looking, he's got experience on both sides of it. Comes in primarily as a relief pitcher. Got the start against Baxter Springs back in April. Last time out was in the 13-3 win over Burlington to start regional play. He came in and finished that game with the final 18 pitches. Ran the full inning in relief there, and
Rock Scale's going to go try to end this one. He only needs to get 1 batter out to advance to the next round. It brings up Schumacher, the number 9 hitter.
The batter for Thomas Moore-Pratt, the right fielder, number 18, Griffin Shoemaker.
First pitch just missed outside, ball 1. It might be the first time, or one of the few times TMP's had 2 runners on in this game, in fact. I think the only time, maybe. This one missed. That's going to move the runners over on that one. Two 2-0 the count. Here's Scales trying to settle into his situation that he's been put into here. And he'll get that strike. That's important. I won't rail too much on the pitch count thing. I understand it and completely agree with some of the things that need to happen. I think there might be some situational awareness that needs to happen at some point. You got a kid on the mound that 1 batter to face and, was working just fine. Didn't seem to be tiring hardly in the least bit, but that's where we're at, and that's where it's going to stay. That's okay. Darn it. 2-2 here. Scales trying to get out of it. Right down the barrel. Just missed low. I thought that was it.
That's one of those, you'd think that as you get into the postseason, you could maybe stretch out another 5 pitches.
3-2 the count. 2 outs, 2 on. Just missed outside ball. So bases loaded here in the top of the 7th. A little bit of drama here in the late going of this game, which has been pretty controlled by Girard. They scored 4 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 6th. And Scales just missing low. Ball 1 to start this at-bat with Herman, the leadoff hitter. Here's the 1-0. Just outside. Merrill able to hold on to that one and knock it down. That could have been bad and would have scored one probably. 2-0 the count. To Herman. Man, just off of it. He's not missing by much, but just missed. 3-0 the count. That's a good pitch, strike one. The pressure is there, certainly, but you shouldn't have too much with the nice cushion you've got here, but you do feel a little bit of it, maybe even the situation. Oh, there's another fast ball. Got it. Oh, that was a walk. It doesn't matter. And that'll walk in the first run of the game for the TMP Monarchs.
Now batting the shortstop, number 33, Mark Rack.
Rack, one of the 3 hits in this game. He got it in the first inning. Then he stole a base as well. He had a fly out first and a fly out in the 6th. There's this ball high that time. He's been inside, outside, and high just a little bit and low. He's kind of been all around it. Start dialing it in here a little bit. 1-0. There's a strike. And a good snap to it. Just missed low again. 1-1. 2-1 rather, the count. Here's a 2-1. Just missed inside. 3-1 the count. Tension rising here at Toynton Family Stadium. And a 3-1. Strike 2. Back at it again. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Top of the 7th inning. Trojans trying to get to the second round with a win here. Need to get out of this inning right now. Here's a 3-2. Just missed inside. Another walk. Coach Dunlap going to come in and talk with Rock Scales. To this point, the Trojans had scored a combined 1 run in state tournaments in baseball in their previous 3 appearances. And as I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, 0-2, 0-3. Trojans lost in the first round to Wellington 1-11. They lost in the first round in 2003 to Hayden 0-1, and then lost in 2009 to Hayden 0-7. So have certainly done better today here against this competition with 8-2 the score right now, but with things getting a little tenuous, they'll bring in Wyatt Foley, hard-throwing right-hander, to come in and try to finish this one off. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and try to wrap up this first-round game. We'll see if we can do it when we return on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. For years, our customers have worked with the Farmers Bank staff located in Walnut, St. Paul, and Hepler. Now, with our new location in Girard, the community can experience the same service that has kept families coming back to Farmers Bank for generations. Stop by and visit our friendly staff at Farmers Bank at any of our locations in Walnut, St. Paul, Hepler, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
In Wyatt Foley coming on to pitch for the Trojans. And he came in and closed out that regional championship game in a similar fashion against Anderson County. He had tremendous confidence in that outing, and I hope the same comes in this one. Foley will be on the hill to face Wentling. And you got a couple of collegiate baseball players here with Foley going to play. They'll play against each other. Fort Scott Community College, Wentling going to Neosho County Community College. And first pitch strike, second pitch missed just outside. I think if you're Wyatt, you go right back to about that same spot and just hammer it. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 6-run lead. And the 1-2. High, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2. Flared back out of play, foul. It'll stay 2-2. Wentling looking at it from his perspective, chance to play hero big time here. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And the Girard Trojans have just picked up their first ever state win in baseball as they will knock off TMP-Marian 8-2 here in Manhattan. The Trojans are moving on to the second round where they'll face Wichita Collegiate. What a game all around. Hats off to Trevor Amershack, who just pitched a gem. Came up a couple of pitches short of a complete game, but give it to him as he led the Trojans to victory. The offense came up big, and we will break it down here as we kick off the postgame show brought to you by Leah Smith, Farmers Insurance Agency. Leah has been in the business, in this industry for over 10 years in both Kansas and Missouri. Let her find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Girard advances to the second round of the 2022 3A state tournament with a win here over TMP. 8-2. They'll take on Collegiate tomorrow. We'll talk more about this one as we kick off the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
Here at Farmers Insurance, we want all of our students, faculty, and staff to know that we're cheering you on. This year, we would like to spotlight a student or staff member of Girard Schools as part of our weekly Girard Sports Live broadcast. If you would like to nominate any student or staff member as part of our weekly spotlight, contact our office.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Girard National Bank is now GN Bank. Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Back out here to Toyton Family Stadium in Manhattan. B.J. Harris, John Rauschkolb, as the Girard Trojans are victorious here in this first game. 8-2, they beat TMP. They will go on to take on Wichita Collegiate tomorrow. Bright and early, 11 a.m. first pitch in that one. We'll be here with you on the air at about 10:45, and we will get going. It'll be some early morning baseball. If the Trojans do win, they would play then the night game at 5:45 in the championship of the 3A state tournament. The way that schedule works, 11 o'clock for the first game, guaranteed. And then a win, you play at 5:45. A loss, you play the third place game at 3:30. Regardless, we're here for the duration for the Trojans as they have gotten their first baseball state tournament win a moment ago, knocking off TMP-Marian. How we got here, the Trojans started off this game with Trevor Amershack at the helm, and he pitched a gem in this one, did Amershack, as he went nearly the distance. He went 6 2/3 and had to come out due to a pitch count. Offensively, the Trojans able to generate some offense in the second inning. First inning, they had 4 batters faced and didn't get any offense. In fact, we went to the second, neither team with any runs on the board, and then the Trojans got on and got going in that second inning with some walks. Ethan Merrill led things off with a walk. Amershack flew out, and then walks by Norris, Davidson, and Bennett. Bennett's walked in Ethan Merrill's runner, and that scored the first run of the game. And then those walks all turned into some runs as a ground out, a sack by Drake Brooks ran in 1 run. That made it 2-0. And then our hit of the game, brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair, a 2-run triple in the second by Caleb Scales, made it a 4-run game. The Trojans tacked on 2 more in the 4th inning, and then 2 more in the 6th to get the victory as they win it here again. The score 8-2 against TMP, and the Trojans advance to the second round with a matchup with Wichita Collegiate. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll be joined by the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Chris Dunlap, on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crochan, your technology community partner.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Hey, Mama. Now more than ever, Crochan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crochan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crochan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crochan.
Back out here to Kansas State University. They get ready to go. Game 3's up next, but we just got done with game number 2 of the Girard Trojans winning at 8-2. Joining us now, the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Chris Dunlap. And Coach, and I don't know if you know this, and you probably do, I don't know, but it's the first time the Girard Trojans have ever won a baseball game at the state tournament. So congratulations, that's a pretty big deal. And I know that's not the goal, but that was a goal. It had to be the first one, and you guys were able to get that win. How'd you do it, and how things kind of shape up? Got to start first with that pitcher. Very good job by Trevor.
Absolutely. Thank you. You know, that's what I told the guys. It was a long bus ride up, and we don't want to be driving home tonight.
Nope.
So go get it. Trevor, absolutely. He wanted the ball from day one. He knew that if we made it here, he wanted to go. He's carried us all year, and he did it today. He threw strikes early and often, kept them off balance, and he did a great job.
Yeah, as you start to go into this game, and again, we talked a couple of days ago, you don't know a lot about the other team because they play far out west, and they don't, you don't know what kind of competition they see. So you really do focus on your own game. And I guess putting a guy like that up there who, I said a few times in the broadcast that it's obvious that he knows what he has, and he knows how to use what he has, and he's pretty good at it because he can put it where he wants to go. So it doesn't really matter who he's facing or what it is if you have those kind of talents.
Yeah, for sure. Trevor, like I said, all the confidence in the world. He's got it. We have it in him, and he's got the stuff that if he's on the mound, he's going to keep us in every ball game for sure.
And then you got to generate offense and generate runs, and you're able to do that in the second inning. That's when things started to turn for you. They put some runners on with walks, and then Brock Scales, big hit by him.
Yep. Caleb Scales. Hit
Caleb Scales, excuse me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Caleb Scales.
That was a big triple by him.
Yeah.
You know, our guys worked the counts early. They did a good job getting on base. Team speed is huge for us, so absolutely Caleb coming up big there with a triple.
Yeah, able to get around the bases, and then you saw that team speed defensively later in the game in some of those hits in the center field, and those are hits against some teams, but not yours with that speed. And those guys in good communication. John talked a little bit on the broadcast, able to talk and know who's going to be, and to anticipate and communicate that you think he's going to get there for that catch. That's just some chemistry.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I truly feel we have 3 center fielders in the outfield. Every one of them, top end speed, can cover tons of ground. Great communicators. They do a really good job out there.
Well, you advanced to the second round. I'm assuming you had a plan for that. And what's the next kind of 18 hours look like? That's when the coaching gets to going, when you got to figure out what to do with kids and how these next 18 hours. Then Wichita Collegiate, you got a chance to see them before, prep for them. How's things going to shape out here over the next few hours?
You know, really, we just got to go play our game. Hunter Bennett's going to take the ball for us against them tomorrow. If we throw strikes, play good defense on this turf. I know they have a good arm that I think he started the game. Then they pulled him. He was a good, solid arm. We're just going to have to put the ball in play and make good things happen.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations. A good win, historic win, and I don't think business is quite done for the Trojans.
I sure hope not. Thank you very much.
All right, the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Chris Dunlap, joining us here on the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance post-game show. His interview is always brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon, pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. The Girard Trojans win it here 8-2 over TMP. They advance to take on Wichita Collegiate tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We'll have that for you. Pregame scheduled for around 10:45, and it should be a lot of fun. The Trojans, a chance still to win a state title in baseball. It's on the line tomorrow. We'll have it for you on Girard Sports Live. For my partner, John Roush, called by BJ Harris, saying so long from Manhattan. We'll do it again in the morning. You're watching Girard High School Baseball on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Kraken, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.